last school board meeting, our principal of McDowell High School, Mr. Rankin, asked to speak to the school board about how the budget would affect the educational process. When Mr. Rankin reached his 3-minute time allotment, our school board president, Mike Kobylka, in a professional manner, informed Mr. Rankin that his time had nearly ended. Unfortunately, that professionalism did not continue. In the days that followed, a Mill Creek resident posted on social media that in his opinion, Mr. Kobylka should have allowed Mr. Rankin to speak longer than 3 minutes as normally allowed an administrator. I'd like to point out Mr. Rankin was given almost 6 minutes to speak. As per the email that all the school board directors received, Mr. Kobylka's response regarding this issue with Mr. Rankin was extremely offensive, unprofessional, and hardly becoming of the school board director, let alone the president of the board. I was embarrassed, disappointed, and received many phone calls to my house regarding this incident. As Mr. Kobylka represents the Mill Creek School District as president of the school board, and to respond in such a matter on social media for all the Mill Creek citizens to view was very disappointing. I, along with other school board members, have emailed Mr. Kobylka asking for him to apologize for his post. But as of today, he has not done so. For these reasons, I put forth a motion that Mr. Kobylka be removed as president of the Mill Creek School Board.
I have a motion. Looking for a second.
Okay, there you go.
Second.
Awesome. Any discussion? I don't know that this is appropriate.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask our attorney if this is an appropriate motion.
Yeah. President Kobylka.
Point of order, as a maker of the motion,
Yes.
Mr. Pitcher has the first right of discussion, followed by Mrs. Reese or Mrs. McClintock.
Very good.
Thank you, Mr. Pike. I believe I've made my statement very clear, in my opinion. I yield the second statement to Mrs. Reese.
I can't express how disappointed I am that I voted for you as president. I stumped for you. I called other board members. I put total faith in them that you would do a good job. The social media is just a fraction, and I want this to be said publicly because Mike and I used to talk regularly, and from the day he was elected president, I don't get return emails, texts, phone messages. I have not had any communication with him while reaching out several times. I'm a board member. I look to my president, and my president is not doing the job. We have extreme numbers of emails coming in from a board member that we can't keep up with. And we've asked our president to handle this and slow things down, quit harassing the superintendent, let him do his job, let his staff do the job, and we need a strong leader because Mill Creek Township School District is moving forward. And in order to do so, we need to be on a team, and we need a good leader to lead that team. So I'm very disappointed, very disappointed. Who's next?
I had seconded your second.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. And President Kobylka, I had reached out to you a number of times as a new board member, and I waited for a response, and I did not receive one. And I was very disappointed, and I would have appreciated the guidance, giving you many opportunities with phone calls, emails, and text messages. And it might be an overwhelming position, I don't know, but I voted for you. I had a lot of faith, and I wish it hadn't come down to this.
Any other comments?
Okay,
Mr.
yes,
Loyola?
yes, Mr. President. Many of the residents, taxpayers in Mill Creek Township know very well how I was treated as a citizen taxpayer. I have yet to receive an apology from the former president, Judy Wheaton, and it was Judy Wheaton's husband that wrote the email and And let me remind the public that you have every right to submit a right to know for our correspondence to the superintendent, to the president, and to the school board members. When you look at what has transpired in the past 4 years and the way citizens, taxpayers, parents were treated by school board directors, and especially by the former president, it's atrocious. It is atrocious. We have a new school board right now. We have 5 new members. I'm appalled. I'm appalled as to how I was treated as a taxpayer and resident of Mill Creek Township. I believe right now, this may be considered a kangaroo court.
Go ahead.
Now, Mr. Pitzer, was that rude? That's exactly how I was treated when I was standing at that podium. Now, is that disrespectful from a school board director? Now, let me direct your attention to, and there is enough correspondence that the public should be seeing. It's very easy. Fill out a right to know. You would like to have all correspondence from Board Director Aliota to the superintendent, to the president, to the board directors. You could get it. I mean, it's right here. There's nothing confidential about it. I draw your attention and I direct your attention to Mr. Senate during the COW meeting last month. Would you like to make a statement, Mr. Senate, as to what you can, as a citizen, not as a school board director, place on the social media? What were your words?
I stick with my words. Obviously, as a member of the public, you have the right to place whatever you want on social media. I think that's correct. That is your freedom of right. And I guess
Thank you.
follow that up, however, I mean, obviously, depending on what you post on there, could have an issue with other people who are on the school board. So obviously, Mr. Pitzer is saying he didn't feel that that was an appropriate comment for Mr. Kobylka. Mr. Kobylka was making it as a private citizen, but he also knows that he is a school board member and the board president. So, I mean, it has a double ramification in that setting.
In your professional legal opinion, would you say that if I said, I don't know, punch you in the nose, I don't know, punch your lights out, on a school board, on a media, social media, does that warrant removing me from a school board?
I guess I'll answer that question. I guess if you were considered threatening a member of the public on a school board issue, that may be a concern.
Different
If you
story.
assaulted or threatened to assault a member of the public and you were a school board member, that could be an issue for the removal of you from the...
Right, it hasn't been tested.
Hasn't been tested, but
Right.
Obviously assault or something like that would be a concern.
So it is your legal opinion, Mr. Senate, that you can say whatever you want to say on social media, provided it is not threatening, it is not inciting a riot like we're having right now with the presidential election?